We have a question from Sav Vaijayanti R. Kokane. Pranam Swamiji Maharaj, one becomes very weak and vulnerable if surrendering is not in proper manner. Maybe due to you having to live in a society where major part of it is more inclined to materialistic aspects. Could you please kindly share precautions to be taken while surrendering? Surrendering, let's see what surrendering is not. Two things. First of all, surrendering is not a thought-based thing. Secondly, surrendering does not mean you surrender to the situations. Now let's see what surrender is. Of course, initially we have to think through the whole process of how the world works, or rather to see or have this outlook that God alone is the doer. I don't do anything. So once you are convinced about this, that is surrender. Then you respond to situations as situations arise without reaction. That is the clue that you are in a surrendered state. Outside you may be excited, you may be shouting sometimes, although it will be much less compared to our present state. But based on what the situation demands, you will be responding rather than reacting from a small me or as a person based on its likes and dislikes. Although that may come into play too, but psychologically within you will have no stress, no anxieties, or you will be in bliss or peaceful. This peaceful serenity will be your normal state. You can get a clue from wildlife. See how deer, etc., when the predator is no longer chasing them, they immediately stop and they start munching grass again until there is another threat, because they are below the thought level. They are pre-thought, pre-thinking. And when the mind and the rational capability developed, we started thinking, and it is a wonderful tool if we use it as a tool. But if it overtakes you and creates the sense of notion that I am separate from everything else, and this survival and all this becomes like thoughtified, if I can use the word. Everything translates into a thought and it keeps on commenting on everything in life. Then the life becomes miserable. And then you evolve spiritually and then you transcend thought. Now the two extremes look similar, like extremes of light. If it is infra, you cannot see. If it is ultra, you cannot see. Similarly, the two extremes, there is less of thought, but you are more conscious, more peaceful and alert and ready to respond to every situation as it comes, rather than acting from a sense of an individual with his or her dislikes and likes. But from the outside, people may think that you are just like anybody else. That may not change, or it may change. They may find you peaceful, they may not. Doesn't matter. It's the inside that matters. It's a subjective thing. So even to the extent, even to a small extent that you practice this surrender, you are actually surrendering to this moment. That is, whatever comes, you are ready to respond without the baggage of the past. Whatever past is required is already there at that moment. You don't put your hand in fire thinking that, oh, okay, my past experience of that should be removed. That is just a thought that comes in your mind. You respond based on everything that is required. It's there, available to you. So based on that, you respond rather than react. So mentally you will be at peace and you can focus on the entire energy on the task at hand. Thus it will be like, as Gita says, Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana. It is one-pointed, focused. So you'll have plenty of energy in doing whatever you do. Compared to avyavasaya, they are bahushakha hinantascha buddhirapyavasayana. Their buddhi or their mind is distracted in several channels, and so their energy is dissipated, it's not focused, and it's weak. So surrender gives you all this. This is real surrender. So although the word surrender, it's like a meek thing, it is not. It is empowering. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.